Hey everybody, I am here with Launch Your Box member Stephanie Caples, and we already have been laughing so much before we push the live button that this is going to be an awesome live. We're going to talk about Stephanie's box. We're going to talk about her journey over the last year or so with the box, because I know some of you are sitting there, you have one idea. Stephanie had an idea, and then we had to pivot that idea. And so we're going to talk about her journey with her subscription box. And I know she's going to make you laugh. She's going to inspire you, and we're going to have a fun time today. So if you're watching us today, if you'll let us know where you're watching from. Stephanie's actually a flight attendant, so she's going to be in several states today. But Stephanie, why don't you say hi, and
Hi.
let's talk about your box, your beautiful box that's sitting behind you.
I am glad to talk about this box. Hi, everyone. And I'm excited because this box came to fruition through all the sweat and tears. The box exists. You want me to dive right in, Sarah?
Yeah, just go for it.
Okay. Okay, look, I'm all excited, y'all, because my world, this is a true reflection. How do you put a hug in yourself inside a box? I figured out how with Sarah's help. Where's the camera? Oh, you can see my ring light on that. Look at that. This is my box of serenity. This is my sanity that is in this box. And I've actually shared it with quite a few other people that need some sanity and some serenity in their life as well.
Can you show us what's in that box? I know they would see. Okay.
And I want to say some of the things that Sarah always has told us. I won't say preach to us, but she told us everything is an experience. And everything that I did and curated, I wanted to make sure was an experience too. Like I hear your voice when I do these things.
That's terrifying.
So, when I first start out, so this one came out, well, for February. I actually am doing every other month because of my flight schedule in between all of this. So I had to be kind to myself. So we started with the self-love box on that. And so in true fashion, because Sarah loves personalization, I actually had fun. I did handwrite a card. While I can, I will. And I handwrote a card to everybody and it says, thank you for supporting my small business. And then I made sure I had the insert talking about the contents, because that was important. If you watch these box openings, these are your bread and butter. This is like icing on the cake. So Sarah will tell you about that. And so opening it up, because I want them to have the experience. Now, everything that I choose and I curate for the box is has a story. That was important to me. That's important to my customers. They want to know that when they are purchasing something, that they are changing some lives that are out there. And so, I'll show you it's there. For example, the bath bomb that's in there, it's actually called Everlasting Love. The company that I curated this from, their sales and actually their staff is actually they help individuals that are recovering from substance abuse. They also help individuals that are restarting their lives from domestic violence. Like, they have a whole entire social mission. Now, I might have had a former life background before this that was in the social work field. And so that was important to me. So that's in there. And then I also wanted to have, she talked about the experience. So there's velvet bags. I want everything to be a gift. Everyone deserves flowers in my book. And so I included, these are Shola flowers. And you can either dip them, dye them. They can be the color you want. You can leave them all natural. You can do whatever, but there is no two that are the exact same in this life. So I actually tie it in the brochure that's unique, just like you. And everything is delicate and fancy that's in there. Then we have different challenges that we do with each theme that comes through. And so this one is loving yourself, and make sure that you care about yourself. And it actually has some action steps that we want you to follow for the month, so you can take some time for your self-reflection that's in there. We've gotta have a hug. And since we were having wintertime, I don't know where you are, gotta make sure you have some big old, thick old Sherpa socks. And I said, this is my version of a hug to you that's in this box. We have, I'm almost finished, I promise, Sarah, I'm almost there. Then, and thank you to the group for telling me how to package half this stuff, because I had to learn. I am all about journaling. And so we are starting our adventure. We've got a leather journal, it has a heart on it. And I specifically, for me and for my customers, we don't have lines, and we say there's no rules. And so it is open for their interpretation of whatever's going on in their life, whether they want to put fresh flowers in it, if they want to draw pictures, if they want to write something in there, their thoughts, they can squirt perfume on it, do whatever they want. this is where the action and some of the change is going to begin. I've included some treats because you got to have treats. You got to have something sweet that's in there. So I've got some candy that's in there. And then also just another thing for them to focus on. I included a sonnet that they can either put into a frame or they can do what they want it. So for this month, how do I love thee? So I don't know if you're familiar. Most of you are. Let me count the ways. So your sonnet is in there. Just another special touch. Eventually, we're actually going to have it as a Facebook group. So those that are going along in the journey, that we can actually support each other in the journey as we go. And so that is what's in this current month's box before we start getting into the spring box.
I love it. And I'm watching the comments as you're doing your unboxing, and so many comments about the way you've packaged things. And I know we talk a lot about that inside our membership. And I know that's where you picked up on all of that, because it started from one of our members, Jenny. She has the Beautiful, Blessed, and Beyond box. And the way when I did her box opening, it was amazing because she had everything packaged in these little bags, and just like Stephanie did. So Stephanie learned that from Jenny, and it was the velvet bags, the gold shimmer bags, and they don't have to be like this amazing thing in that bag. It's the experience. And what Stephanie told you when she opened that was she wanted everything to look like a little gift for you when you opened it. So she's creating this super awesome experience with all of those little packaged, the way they were packaged, so that every time you open one of those, it's a new surprise, it's a new gift. And not only is she creating a great experience for her subscriber, but the way that she has bought things for the mission that she wants, the mission of those companies, that just aligns everything with herself and that customer that's going to buy that box. And so I just wanted you to see that. It's awesome. And we're going to talk through some of that later today when we do the box openings. And I hope some of these are packaged that way too, so you can see what we talk about there. But I want to rewind a little bit, Stephanie, because this box was not what you originally had planned, and you had to do a pivot. And I think there was this journey of self-discovery for you, and really finding that sweet spot and finding what you were passionate about and what you wanted to do. But why don't we talk through your journey just a little bit? Let's talk about where you were when you had the idea of a subscription box and what you were originally thinking. So let's talk through that.
Yeah, well, as you said in the beginning, I am a flight attendant. And I became a furloughed flight attendant. Thank you, COVID. And my original idea was to do a travel box. My love of travel. I've vlogged for years of my travels, and I just wanted to go around. I speak to tons of people. I wanted to curate it with the love of each state and put it in a box and just have people follow those travels. But then as the nation shut down, and it became, if you go to this state, you're going to have to quarantine for 2 weeks. And if you go to this state, because I was like, well, I can drive. I'll just drive and still do this. And that became, we're closed. And no, we can't even get the products that you possibly want at this point. And I definitely hit a slump. And how I found Sarah, like many people that have spoken before, and probably some of you too, middle of the night, couldn't sleep. What am I going to do? Oh, Lord, what are we going to do now? We don't know when we're going to go back to work again. And here's this ad, like a ray of sunshine just comes through this. You should come and learn how to do a subscription box. I swore I didn't know what a subscription box was, but I receive a loaf of bread monthly on my doorstep. I have been receiving subscription boxes and didn't even realize the concept. And so from there, I actually have to say, in the group, one of the members, she actually brainstormed with me. She's like, let's just have a mastermind. I had paid and I had the box designed. I was going for the travel. And she brainstormed with me, and she's like, well, what other things have you done in your life? What other things are you passionate? What other things will you enjoy and bring you happiness to work on? Because I was blue. I was beyond blue. And it's hard to create a box of happiness when you're blue. And so tapped into some former life and the experiences and things I've done in the past. I've done support groups and different things and worked with different various populations. And I do have a life coach thing, blah, blah, blah. Former life. And so I was like, well, these are some of the things that I could do, and what would I want to receive? And that was my most important thing. When I went and talked, I know I'm jumping all over the place, but Sarah taught us about going to market. she taught us about I went to the Atlanta market by myself. I didn't didn't have a clue. Okay, I had a clue because she actually got us prepared. I went with my little suitcase, I had my little tennis shoes on. I looked the part, but then when I started going in, I realized I ain't making an appointment for anybody and it's just me. I had to sweet talk my way for a lot of them. Like, I don't have an appointment, but this is my concept of what I'm doing, and I'm a subscription box owner. And they went for it. I think my charm helped talk me into some of the places.
You have a lot of charm. You have a lot of charm.
Use what you got. And that became, I'm going to go with my Box of Serenity because that's what I needed. That's what I wanted. That's what I was surrounded by. All of a sudden, all my coworkers were furloughed. I'm looking at a lot of people that had to retire all of a sudden, or they had to take leave, or people were sick. The world had shut down, the isolation. And what I learned from Sarah and her group, I'll say her team too, because they're phenomenal. In addition to that experience, everyone wants a connection. Everybody wants to feel like they're a part of some community. Everybody wants something that they can relate to. And with COVID, we're scared or worried that it's going to be nothing but big box stores that are left. Nobody just wants a Walmart thing coming to their house. And, Amazon was great, but I'm sick of Amazon packages. And here was something that was custom. Here was something that people feel is designed for them. Here's something that I could work on, that I could put myself into the box. And the way it touched me and the way I felt curating that box, I knew. And I prayed over every box when I shipped it. I was like, Lord, please let the mail get it there because they're a hot mess. And please let it be not raining on their doorstep because I don't have the boxes yet. I plan to get, and let it be the change and let it be. And so that's kind of where I've gone. I know I talk a lot, Sarah. You don't have to just shush me.
Okay, I love it. I love it. I need to send a message to my team real quick. You keep talking.
I'll keep talking then. Okay, I got you. And oddly enough, because I come out of that like social work world and life coach world, and so some of the boxes went to some entrepreneurs that coach other entrepreneurs. And one of them, she's like, oh, these will be great. I want to give my clients these boxes. So she ordered, but that first time, 10. Now, 10 doesn't sound a lot to y'all, but when you've done nothing, you don't know business that well, I jumped up and down. I'm like, yes, I will do that. And she's like, matter of fact, I will put you in our email thing and I will highlight this too. And I'm like, yes, because I don't have an email list. And my following is about travel. I don't have people that know about the Serenity Box. I haven't even started that. And then her clients received the boxes. I started, which I need to upload them to my social media and get better on this. I started getting videos of them. Some of them are crying and some of them were excited and they're sending me testimonies and they're showing me pictures of it and how them using the product. And then they're business owners. So then they contacted me and they're saying, well, can I send this to my clients? So I'm like, well, of course you can. I want my subscriptions, but this is a whole new, I can go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah. So you went from thinking this would be a monthly subscription to now you have real estate agents contacting you as gifts for their clients. You have other business owners that want to send a gift to their business clients. And this has opened up a whole new opportunity, especially for someone that doesn't have a following yet, that doesn't have, because you were travel, everything. And so now you've got to create a new audience for this Serenity Box. But you're doing it by aligning and sending those boxes to people that can get your name out there. And it's just like influencer marketing. Like you put your box in the hands that someone can share it, and then that usually reaps more customers. And so whether you start slow with the subscription box, you're gonna gain following and customers by getting these large order clients. And I love the way you've done that.
Oh, and Sarah, I can tell you, because for those of you, the airline called me back. I really wasn't ready. I was like, wait, I'm doing a business now. I don't have time to do this flying thing. I know. It's like I'm a one-person show. I don't have all the logistics done. So I travel with the Rollo printer, and I've got boxes in Maryland, and I've got boxes in North Carolina. And thank goodness for market. I'm like, okay, I purchased things for at least 3 to 6 months worth of boxes that are there. And I'm like, they're packed. They're packed and they're ready. And I just get them in the mail. These boxes are being shipped from all over the nation. If I have to travel with the box or fly with it, it's going. If I got to do anything or get it to a certain place, it's getting there by any means necessary. So I had to drive my contents and things. So wherever I am is where my headquarters is in North Carolina. However, I seem to have branches wherever I land. And so the business it's going to happen no matter what. So yeah.
And I know that you talked about the brainstorming session you had with another member, and that's what I love about our membership. We're very connected to each other. We're watching each other's progress. We're helping each other get unstuck. Why don't you talk a little bit about what the Launch Your Box community has done for you and helped you?
Yes. And look, I lurk. I'm a lurker. I've lurked actually this week in some of the comments that are there, as well as in our group. So I lurk, and then I join in, and then I lurk again for a little while. I'm going to say what the community has provided for me is, one, like-minded people that are on the same mission, even though we all have our different versions and our journeys of the boxes that we're doing. I've got plenty of friends that have MBAs. I got plenty of friends that own businesses, but they don't own a subscription box business. Mm-hmm. And so this business model is different than everything that they want to keep trying to tell me and to do and this, that, and the other. Like, that's great. And I will take nuggets from it and I'll learn from them. But it's wonderful to go where I can go into a community and learn and reach and teach some, but I'm also grabbing some. Give and take is going on in there. And it doesn't matter how many zeros are in your bank account. It doesn't matter how long you've been in business. It doesn't matter if you've had a box, if you're doing another box. I can tell you, when I had the idea the first time, then I had to pivot. I had to start from scratch again and do the Post-it note challenge all over again for this box. Mm-hmm. And that was clarity going through there and tossing ideas out with people. I haven't done retail. I haven't done my own business such as this. So I have to learn and learn. I've learned a lot and still have a ways to go as fast as I could. I even put in the group, I had hired someone who I thought, great web developer, and they're going to handle this. That's my thing. I have to automate everything because I'm in the air. Sometimes I don't have Wi-Fi in the air and I can't do these things. So I need as much automated as possible. Well, I sat on that for far too long and it wasn't going how it should have. I really should have let that person go a lot sooner because, darn it, I found somebody in the group. I hired her. 2 weeks later, boom, store was up. I'm like, now see, if I just done that months ago, I could have pushed that. So
let's talk about that for a second because I saw a post from you in the group earlier this month. You said, I feel like I've been a bootleg box owner for so long. And you hired our Shopify expert from the group and she got your site up and running so fast and it instantly made you feel like legit. So I want you to know that there's tech support in there too, and you don't have to figure out all the things. One, if you want to do it yourself, there's tons of people using all the platforms that can help you and answer questions. But if you don't have time, like Stephanie, who wasn't ready to go back to work when they recalled her, she needed someone to do it for her. And so that's such a great resource. And I'm sitting here thinking about how we can have a brainstorming session next month inside Launch Your Box for all these new members and all the members existing that can help provide ideas. So I wrote that down on my notes here so that we can plan a brainstorming session in April. And I hope, Stephanie, that you're available to come join us for that because it would be a lot of fun. We'll do that inside Launch Your Box. But I want to know how this has changed your life. I know you're just a super positive person all the time, but I also know what you've been through over the last year. And so having something you're passionate about again can really, just reinvent yourself. And I just want you to speak to that because I know that people are sitting here ready for a fresh start, ready for something new, and they're just unsure about themselves. And what advice would you give to them?
I'm going to tell you, I understand the fear. Do it anyway. We do a lot of things scared, and you just push through on that part. I'm in an industry with the aviation industry, which is so volatile right now. We are still furloughs hanging over our heads. Every time the government signs another thing, it's possible we may be furloughed again, or we may have a job. And that eyes wide open now. When I first got furloughed, I had the shock and awe. And then I realized, well, if you have multiple streams of revenue, if you have your own business, if I have something I can have the control, what I put in is going to be the output I receive back out. And so I can give my all and build this. So no matter what the other industry does, I'm going to be okay. And, I would love to say, I started out 1,000 subscribers first day. Yeah, that's not me. And I couldn't even do that logistically right now if I wanted to.
Right.
I'll get there. I plan to get there. And so I started with my goals where I was. I looked at my budget, what I can do, how I can do this. And I keep pouring into the business. I remember when I hit a crossroads one night and I'm like, night before I was about to go down the market, I had made my hotel reservations. Some friends were like, do you want to come stay with us? And I'm like, no, because I want to be business minded. I don't want this to be a hobby. I don't want a side hustle anymore. I want this as a business, and I want to be a business person, and I have to change my mentality to do that. And so I stayed at a hotel connected to the market. And every morning I woke up and I had my plan. I watched some of the videos over again just to get my, a little intimidating at first. And I'm like, okay, you can go out there, go team, go, cheerleader moment. And doing that. And I had to take myself serious. And here's the thing, any business you start, you've got to invest in yourself. You've got to invest. And like I said before, it doesn't matter how long you've been in business or not. You stay in curiosity. There is so much more for you to learn. There's a lot that I did know from prior life and from previous things on the ground, but there's so much more that I don't know. And so I don't ever, and I guess for you as well, don't ever get to the point where you think you know everything, because you don't. And there's room for improvement, and things evolve, and there's people with fresh ideas. There's people that have been there and done that, and they can actually probably give you some of the stop signs. Hey, don't try that road, this is why. That helped me quite a bit, as well as the mistakes I made were great lessons that I learned, because I won't do that again, and I can share with others not to do that again. And then when you stay surrounded in a community of people that are excited, people that are pushing, because you're going to have some down days, and you're going to have some really great days. But you need that community when you have those down days, and you need them to keep giving you that little nudge. You've got this, you can do this, because we're going to have things, ebb and flow of a business anyway. But and I put in the post, I am an entrepreneur. I am a business owner. And so when I changed that mindset and I kept going forward, then I'm telling you, I started walking and talking different. So I'm doing presentations to these clients. I'm speaking their language. We are there. Okay. I'm not talking flight attendant to the business owner there. I am talking of business owner to business owner. And it giving me the confidence to grow. Like I even had one where she's like, well, can't you do this in your box and this, that, and the other? No. This is what the product that I have, and I would love to see if it's for you or not. I hear Sarah's voice again. Not everybody is for you, and that's okay. I just have to find my people, and I believe in my product, believe in what you have. As long as you're doing it of excellence, as long as you're putting your all into it, you are going to find your people, and they will be there. You just have to keep putting yourself out there, and you will build your audience. They will know, like, and trust you, and therefore they will go for what you have to offer, and they will trust you to take care of them as well. And just do right by it. That's all. We're not doormats. We are actual entrepreneurs. We're business owners. I know I'm getting long-winded there. I know, but
I love it. I feel like my mic should just drop right now. Stephanie said it. We're done. I want to know how many of you watching today really want to be on the flight that Stephanie is on as a flight attendant, because that would be a really fun flight. I think we all need to get to an airport and take a Launch Your Box flight right now, just so we can hang out.
Let's go retreat.
Yes. Okay. So I don't even know what I was going to say at this point.
Sorry.
Let's do this, Stephanie.
Yeah.
If you guys have questions for Stephanie or I, let's spend about 10 or 15 minutes just running through some questions and see what they have. Yeah, we're booking flights wherever you're at. I know you're on American Airlines, right? I fly that all the time. I'm looking for you. Can I request that in my boarding pass?
I wish you could. Trust me. If I could handpick the passengers on that plane, we really have a good time, because some of them I'm going to leave on the ground.
Awesome. Okay. So if you guys have questions, I want you to type the word question and try to make it short and sweet so that I can answer as many as we can. I can find them. So I've already see some. I've lost it already. Where did it go? These comments, they're like, I've been saying all week, they're like, press your luck. You know how that little, yeah, I can't find them. Here it is from Jess. How much does a website coordinated cost on average? So it depends. And there's going to be a wide range depending on what your needs. We have a done for you website template inside Launch Your Box. That is for WordPress WooCommerce, and Christine does that, and that is $697. I know that a all-inclusive customized website can range anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000. So it's an investment. But somebody asked me on the Ask Sarah post today, what would I do differently now that I know all I know? And that's one thing that I would do differently. I would have taken the money and the time up front to invest in my technology right off my website, right off the gate, so that when I grew to 300, 400 subscribers, it wasn't a mess on the back end. And then to get all those subscribers transferred transferred into a new website was a nightmare. So I would spend the time, invest the money up front, because this is the long game. We're not doing this for a few months. We're doing this long term. We're creating long-term reoccurring revenue for ourselves and for our business. So you want to set it up the right way. You agree, Stephanie?
I agree. And the customer service of whatever platform you choose is awesome. Please make sure it's awesome. I had a box going to Canada. I couldn't figure out for the life of me how to do the shipping part because I didn't have it set up correctly for Canada. So I just called them. A human answered, and she helped me, walked me through, and did it right then and there. And I was able to come back to the customer and say, "This is what you're," because I'm not eating the coffee Canada today. And I was able to tell them, "This is what your shipping and handling will be." And it was instant. I was able to get an answer immediately. So to me, the customer support, the service, that is important, because when I'm on the go and I need the answer, I need it now. I can't come back to you later. I need it right now. So that was very important. And fire them if they're not doing a good job. Get somebody that knows what they're doing. Our business is serious.
Yes. Are you able to share your bath bomb contact? I know other ladies would love to buy from her, or that.
Yeah. I can tell you the company name. Now, the contact information is currently at my headquarters in North Carolina, but the company is Musee, M as in Mary, U-S-E-E. They are phenomenal. I met them when I went to market, and they have soaps and bath bombs and things.
I actually bought something from them too. Is this
yes!
about? Yeah, this is my sample box.
I love them. Yes.
I bought the face mask. I'm going to put those in one of my boxes. They have like these face masks. So they have lots of different items, but this is who she's talking about right here.
Yes. Well, and if you didn't know, I literally have it in here that this is their mission: to rejuvenate the lives of others by providing employment to women who have courageously overcome addictions, found freedom from abusive relationships and incarceration, and perseveres through chronic poverty. They have a mission in there, and I had to be a part of that. So yes. Okay. And they got some great soaps that have like courage and they've like their whole line is.
Their packaging here. Let me open this box real quick.
Yes, I love
their packaging has really great messaging on it too. Hang on. I'm shaking. I'm shaking.
I'm glad you have it.
That's so funny that that's so funny. We didn't know this. So I got these masks, and I'm going to put these in one of my boxes.
Sarah doesn't know that she's my sister from another mister.
So these are
yes.
So these are, and you can see how She Radiant. So all of their packaging says she something. So they're for women, and then she lives generously, and then she travels lightly, and she dreams courageously. I love these, and she shines brightly. So these are what I chose. I didn't choose the bath bombs, and it's so funny that we ordered from the same company, but we chose something different. So I love that.
So they're a win. So if y'all write that down, they're a great resource, and they're fantastic. And for me, starting out brand new, I talked to them. I was like, "Well, what's your minimum order? Yeah, well, can we work with that? Is this how much of a stickler are you on?" My credit card took a hit that day. Woo.
This was a question we talked a little bit about last night during our after hours session with all the new members. And first of all, can I just say that last night's after hours was the best one all week. We talked about some really good topics, and we talked about shipping last night, and you guys brought really good questions to me last night. So I had a blast last night. Tonight is the last one. If you join Launch Your Box today, you get to come to the after hours session tonight. It will be the last one. But we talked about Pirate Ship. I use ShipStation and not Pirate Ship, because Pirate Ship is only for the post office. And if you are in any kind of product sales, you know that the post office, the bottom has dropped out on that right now. It is a hot mess. And so if you can use FedEx or UPS instead until they get their act together, I would recommend that. But you cannot use those other carriers on Pirate Ship, and that's why I recommend ShipStation. Okay, let's see.
I hope they get together soon.
Yeah, I hope they get it together soon too. I had used them for 3 full years, and yeah.
For my local deliveries that are getting shipped, I confess, I'll tell y'all, but no one else. I have flirted with one of the postal workers, and my stuff gets there within a day or two to the people in the local area. I make sure he's the only one that gets my boxes. I was like, you got to take care of these boxes. They have got to get to these people. It's important. It's the only reason why their shipping is going so fast there. Sorry.
It's okay. Here's a good question. How are you able to find sellers that are mission-based? So is there a way to find those? I mean, they had this beautiful, beautiful setup at market. So it was easy to find them. Obviously we both found them, but is there a way that you found other people that are mission-based companies?
Yes, it takes a little bit of homework, which it's funny that they asked that. I was once again lurking, and I was going through Etsy, and I was looking for my next box, I wanted artisanal tea that was going to be on there. You always got the people that have a zillion sales and blah, blah, blah. I actually read the stuff they put in there. Y'all, that stuff's important for your description. I actually read it. And then I kept flipping. And I finally found one. It's a small family-based company. She had a picture of her kids, her husband, and the kids were helping to make the tea. And she had her story on there and talked about how she literally talked about it, how she had gone through postpartum depression and she had fought with depression over the years, and she actually found joy in her teas and using that as a holistic way of bringing herself back up. And I was like, that's my person. And so I messaged her first, and I let her know because I wanted to say, hey, I really would like to place a bulk order. Do we have some bulk pricing? Just because what you see does not necessarily mean that's always the pricing and the things that you have to deal with. Talk to people, y'all. Just send a message. I talk to anyone. What are they going to do? Tell you now?
I feel like you could talk to anyone. So I'm on the flight that will put my earphones in, so the person that doesn't talk to me, Stephanie's the person like in your face. What are you doing? Where are you going? What are you up to? That's the difference here.
But she responded back, and I literally put in there when I messaged her, I was like, I want your tea. One, it was called Heavenly Peace. And like, I am interested in your tea. This is the box and what I represent. Your story resonates with me, and I feel it will resonate with my customers as well. And my prayer is that if I'm able to put your tea on my boxes, that they will continue and go purchase directly from you and, to grow the business. I love that you're a small family-owned business. I love that you've included your story in there. And that is why I'm specifically coming to you. Like, I've tooted all her horn and told her exactly why I was there. I would like to buy bulk, and can we talk about a good price?
Awesome.
That's what we do.
That's awesome. I've got a question here. How to include the cost of smaller bags packaging in your overall cost? So let's talk about that, because the beauty of that packaging that Stephanie showed you is that it costs very, very minimal, but creates a higher perceived value. So
yes.
When you're buying those things, you're figuring that cost in as your product or packaging cost, right?
Yes. And you will grow, because I know, and I'd put in the group how to package those journals, like how to make them look prettier in presentation. So somebody has suggested these bags. And so I have the bags now, but you best believe as I keep growing, I will have a stamper. I will have them designed with something that's going to be on there as well. But for now, yes, they got a pretty bag to go in there.
Yeah. Awesome. My whole screen just shifted too. Hang on just a second. Someone says, we keep referring to Market. Where is it located? Okay, so Market, if you've never been, they're all over the country. We were talking about the one in Atlanta. I actually met Stephanie when we did a Launch Your Box little meetup night, and we all had dinner together while we were out in Atlanta. But they're in, I've been to Atlanta, I've been to Dallas, I've been to Vegas, but they are all over the country, and you can Google this and find it. But the Atlanta Market is called America's Mart. You can go to the website. The Dallas Market is called Dallas Market Center. And then the Vegas Market is called, I think, World Market, something like that, like Vegas World Market. But they are just basically trade shows, wholesale vendors. Vendors show up. There are thousands of them. There are floors upon floors upon floors of these vendors. And you walk around and you power shop for your business. And this is why last night I was telling them that, I do the Post-it note challenge before I go to market, so that I have my ideas laid out. Because if you don't have any ideas when you walk into market, you're going to be all over the place. And so having an idea of what you're looking for before you go to a market. Now, markets were a lot better before COVID hit us. I think a lot of things were. Hopefully they'll start to bounce back in the next year or so. But that's a great way to find wholesale vendors, make connections for manufacturing, find new products, really take your ideas and buy the things that you're wanting for your boxes.
If I could interject, Sarah, and you had told us this in group, for a brand new business where I don't have numbers to basically come and show my clout yet, going to market was one of the best things I could do, of meeting the people and explaining who I am and getting in their system. Because then they know you, then they'll send me, I've got catalogs coming now. They're calling me, hey, we've got these things coming. Are you coming to the July market? And so we've had that relationship building that you always talked about, and trying to get your foot in the door of the ones that never met you and don't know who you are, and you're trying to break in like, you, hello. It's a little bit more difficult and requires a lot more effort. But the ones I met at market, I've got them. They're my buddies. I'm theirs. And can I just also mention a newbie mistake I made at market, which I won't do again. So if y'all go for the first time, y'all old heads know how to do this. You don't have to have everything delivered at your house at the same time. So when I'm going and buying 3 to 6 months worth of product, I literally could have said, hey, don't ship that until June. Mm-hmm. Don't ship that until, no, this duck was a little, I didn't get that right. And so everything I ordered that week was coming to my house immediately. I am filled to the brim in my house with products.
I love how you call it your headquarters too. It's your house. It's your head. I love how you call it your headquarters. I love it. Okay, there's a question here. It says, how often do you after hours in Launch Your Box? So in true transparency, this is the first time I've ever done an after hours, and I was testing it out with Subscription Box Coaching Week, and I wasn't sure the first night because it was going pretty long. I thought it would be an hour, but they have been consistently 2 or 2.5 hours every night. And I'm really loving it. So I think we need to do after hours inside Launch Your Box, maybe once a month or so. What do you think, Stephanie? It's just been a great way to connect with everybody.
I am all for it. Now, I have to toot your horn, though. Sarah's in the group, actively answering stuff in the group. She's got a great team that answers those things, but Sarah herself will comment and actually be in the group. I don't know if any of y'all ever had Mastermind Coach or other coaches that are out there. You normally don't have access to them. You pay your money and then you watch the videos and you go on about your business and do some self-learning. She is legitimately in the group. You can ask something and you will get an answer. And yeah, you add the after hours. We're some silly people now. I have to warn y'all. I can only imagine. Poor Sarah, y'all. This has got to be exhausting because there's just one of her and there are thousands. There's tons of us that are out there. I did see somebody had mentioned before, oh, will all these people joining? Will this be intimate? Yes. When you're in that group, it really is, because like I mentioned earlier, I sometimes participate and then I lurk for a few months, and then I participate again and then I lurk. Not everybody is chatter all the time, blah, 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 blah. Or you just you'll look for what resonates or what sticks with you. And I think the after hours, will be just another added benefit that comes through. I don't know if y'all realize it costs money to talk to Sarah one-to-one. That is how coaching goes. There are coaches out there that charge thousands of dollars for that. You get to pick her brain. You get to literally sit there and get answers from a guru who's been there, done that, tried and true, he's mastered this. And that is huge. And I felt when she invited us to come to dinner at market, I was exhausted. I had walked too many miles and my feet were swollen and I had my shoes. Oh my gosh. I was like, hey girl, I have to do this. That's my bedtime. I'm going to do this. And then all of a sudden it was like, this is a coach, your actual coach of the group that you're in who knows how to do this. Why would you not go and pick her brain and be amongst the people of that and get more nuggets? Like, be tired next week. You're going to push. And I'm so glad I did. So I can only imagine that the after hours will be just pretty much the extension of what I felt like that night at dinner in Atlanta was. Yeah. And just to be there and other people doing that. And I got to meet other members and that was cool, and ideas. And, we share. It's not stingy. I don't have the patent on all these things and I'm going to keep it to myself. If a product works for my box and works for your box, hey, here is the vendor. Go put it in your box. You got your people, I got my people. There's business for everybody. There's success for everyone. Yes. That's what we do. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You you'd like to chime a bell or flash a light.
I love you and they love you. I don't even know if you can read the comments because you're talking so fast, but they love you and I love you, and you bring so much energy to our group. And I loved hanging out with everybody at dinner, even though I was completely exhausted too. But ultimately my goal, and if you haven't realized this about me this week, is my goal is that I know this is possible for every one of us. And if I can help you get there, that helps me sleep at night. And that's what I wake up when I see those wins in the group in the mornings when I'm answering questions, drinking my coffee, I get so excited. That makes my day. That makes all the hours I put into serving this community and this group worth it 100%. My only goal is to help you move forward, help you make money, help you generate revenue in your business. And it will change your life the same way that it's changed mine. And that's what I want for everybody. So that's just me. That's just real. So I just try to give as much as I possibly can in the group. So Stephanie, thank you so much for being here today.
Sure.
I love it. And if you want to come hang out with Stephanie and I some more, all you have to do is join Launch Your Box. And Stephanie's there, and we'll plan some after hours. Maybe we'll call it after hours with Stephanie and Sarah.
I'll take it.
Yes. And, I'm going to be back live here in the group at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time. Hang on just a second. I'm trying to get the comments. There we go, off the screen. I'll be back at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time, so a little more than 2 hours. We're going to open boxes. I have 12 boxes here from members, all different industries. It's going to be super fun. It's the most fun thing we do. We do this every single month inside the group, and they love it. So grab a snack, grab a drink. If you need to work on something, put your tablet up and watch us as we do box openings, and we'll be back. And thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, we'll see you guys later. Have a good afternoon.
Good luck, you guys.
Okay, bye.